Hi there, Taylor here, one of Enji's founders. Now, one of my favorite tools within the Enji platform is the marketing campaign feature, and I use it a lot. I mean, you can see I got a lot of marketing campaigns in here that I have run over the past couple years. But I know that a lot of folks, when they first start their Enji accounts, are confused by what this is and why they would use it. So I wanted to give you a behind the scenes look at how I personally use the tool as I'm building out a campaign that we're going to be running here in the very near future. Now, if you are watching this and you're like, Taylor, I don't even know what a marketing campaign is, let's start there because it's not that complicated. I know that there's always a lot of jargon in the world of marketing, but this is actually really, really simple. And a marketing campaign is really just a marketing project or a marketing push that you're doing around something specific. Because your marketing strategy that you've created within Enji is helping you understand and actually do your ongoing, I'm always going to do this sort of marketing routine. But every once in a while, you find yourself in a situation where you need more of something. Maybe that's more social media followers, email list subscribers, maybe you need more sales, right? And so in those moments, you're going to put some extra effort into your marketing. And so that's exactly why this tool was built, because every once in a while, we've just got to do a little bit more of our own marketing, but in a very specific way. So the campaign that you're going to watch me build out today is for our sort of state of small business survey that we're going to be collecting information for, promoting, doing a whole report for toward the end of 2025. That's when I'm recording this video. And the name of the survey still is TBD, so we're just calling it the State of Small Business. It probably will be called something else, but I'm here in my actual Enji's Enji account, and I'm going to build out this campaign. So what I am going to start with, because I just typically like to start off of a template, because why not? It just makes things go that much faster. I actually could pick one of a few templates here, but I'm going to pick PR because sort of the whole point of this State of Small Business survey is to get other folks talking about Enji and the report. And that's exactly what PR is. Marketing is the things that we do to talk about ourselves, and PR is the stuff that we do to get other people talking about us. So I'm going to pick that template. And then we are going to say that the sort of real effort, meaning not the behind the scenes effort, because that's also real effort, but the more public facing effort is going to start on October 13th. That date might change, but that's okay because I can update it. And I'm going to hit create campaign. And so now Enji is doing a little bit of thinking, and it's going to give me an initial task list to work off of. Now, if I do end up changing the date for when this whole campaign is going to start, I can easily do that, and then it's going to shift things down below. But the first thing I'm going to do is change the name. And I can't talk and type at the same time. So I gave it a new name. And then this area right here, I always delete this or delete these notes. These are just here for you to like understand what exactly it is you're supposed to be doing after you've created your marketing campaign. So when you're using this feature for the first time, give this a read. But in the future, this is a really great place for you to leave notes, to drop like links to maybe some Google Docs that you're doing some collaborative planning in, whatever. You can use that area for that. Now, down below here, I've got tasks. And so a lot of these tasks or some of these tasks don't make sense for this campaign, and that's totally fine. I'm just going to delete them. So like strategic gifting, not going to be doing any of that. Attending networking events, not going to be doing out of that. But I am going to be doing some sort of outreach. I am not going to pitch to the media, and I will do some outreach follow-up. So I'm going to keep those tasks and then customize them. Now, before I get into like building out what exactly I'm going to do here, I want to show you these other sections. So we have these related goals and objectives here. And so these are things that, again, I can make adjustments to. So I definitely want to build my brand here. This whole growing my network, not so much a thing, but reaching new people, yes, and getting found on the internet, yes. So we're going to keep those. And then the channels here, public relations, events we're not doing, and direct mail we are not doing here. But I'm also going to add some channels. So we are definitely going to be doing some social media stuff. We're going to be doing some affiliate stuff. We're definitely going to be doing some email marketing. and we'll call it a day at that. So now I've customized those things. Now, when I'm getting down into my target customers area, for Enji, we just always know we're talking to small business owners who are doing their own marketing. So that's sort of like implicitly understood here. But if you're talking to someone other than your ideal client or customer, then I definitely would leave some notes about that here. So now I'm in the metrics section where I need to set some targets. And so the targets that we want ultimately, anything that we're putting any amount of effort in here at Enji is we want new subscribers. That is the big goal at the end of the day. So I'm going to get into the numbers in just a second because I also want to track how many trialers we would get. So I'm going to do a custom one here. So trialers, and then also I'm going to track a third custom one, or a second custom one and a third target, and that's going to be survey responses. So for each of these things, these are the numbers that we're going to use to judge whether or not like we kind of had a successful campaign or not. So with responses, I'm going to go a little bit big and say, I'd like to have 500 small business owners complete our survey. So if you're watching this, when we ask you to complete the survey, please complete it. Then in terms of trialers, again, I'm going to say I would like to see a push of an additional 200 people trying out Enji's software because of this campaign. And then for new subscribers, then we typically have like a 20% conversion rate. So from 200, 20% of that would be 40. So those are the metrics that I'm going to be tracking here. And because my phone is dinging, do not disturb. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've got my metrics and my targets set here. And now what I'm going to do is come down into the budget area. And so we are probably maybe going to need to spend a little bit of money to promote this thing. So I'm going to put a $500 budget for this campaign. And then I'll track that as we go along. And then I'm going to customize the color. Now, for anything that we're doing internally, like that's just Enji's project or marketing campaign, I use the color yellow so that that's the color that the tasks are showing up on my calendar as. And you can see here, like I use blue for events that are virtual. I use yellow for our stuff. I use the pink for our in-person events, just because my brain likes to compartmentalize things. So just in case your brain is also a little bit like mine, I wanted to show you that as well. Now, for partners here, I am making an educated guess because I'm pretty sure that these folks are going to say yes when I ask them to partner with us in terms of promoting. And so I'm going to put those folks in here. So the Rising Tide Society is one partner, and then the SBOC, which is another partner. I'm pretty sure that those two organizations are going to be like, yes, we will help you spread the word about all this. So down here in the notes section that you see at the bottom, that's for later, like after the campaign is done, because that's where I'm going to leave all of my like breadcrumb notes for my future self to talk about how this campaign went. But now what I'm going to do is scroll back here to the task section, and I'm going to start building out what are the things that I need to do for this campaign in order for it to like happen. So I've got some of my to-dos sort of staged off stage left, if that's how you would do it. So I'm just going to start copying and pasting those in here. So I need to draft the survey, and then I need to build out a landing page. And what you can see here as I'm doing this is when I first add these custom tasks, I'm not assigning a due date. So they're just sort of like lining up here at the bottom of the list. And that's totally fine because what I'm going to do afterward is go back and assign actual due dates for these things. But as you are doing this for your own marketing campaigns, know that your task list is hopefully not going to be as long as mine is for this campaign, because this is a pretty major push for us with a lot of moving parts to make sure that we're actually getting the bump out of our subscribers and trialers that we're looking for. So as kind of the disclaimer that always exists when you see my Enji account is that your Enji account shouldn't look like mine, because I do a lot more marketing than you do, because it's my job. I basically spend all hours of my work week working on marketing things, where you definitely are not doing that. So I'm almost done putting in all of my tasks. And because this is like the sort of first go around and I'm building this out live, these tasks might change. I might end up condensing some. I might end up adding and deleting some. But I wanted to show you in, again, because this is a behind the scenes look, I wanted to show you a real look at what a marketing campaign looks like around here. What like it looks like when a marketer is doing a marketing campaign. So I have my tasks in here. And so now it's time for me to go and set due dates for all these things. And I won't make you sit through setting due dates for all of these things. But the most important thing for me to do here is look at the tasks that need to happen before this October 13th date, where we are starting our official like big public push to get people to actually complete the survey. So things like drafting the survey, building the landing page, doing all of the outreach, prepping promo assets, all of those sorts of things definitely need to happen well in advance of October 13th. And then there's some things that I can start working on once we've started like pushing out the, hey, we have this survey that you can complete, and I can assign dates to that as well. So let's just say drafting the survey, I want that to happen. I'm recording this on August 22nd, and let's just say I want the survey to be drafted by September 12th, right? And if I wanted it to show up on sort of multiple days of my calendar, I could have a start date here and say, hey, I'm going to start this thing on September 9th, and then it's going to be due on the 12th. Also, if you want to sort of track how much time you think you're going to need to block to work on these tasks, you can put in a number here for the estimated number of hours or minutes you're going to work on this every day. You can leave yourself notes here in the task details section about what it is you need to do. And then also the other thing that's always sort of a good thing to do if you're working on it with other folks is assign task responsibility. So in this case, Danny's going to be working on the bulk of drafting the survey. So I'm going to assign that task to her. So she'll get notifications for it when things are starting to come due. But that is how I'm going to be using this tool, the marketing campaign tool in Enji, to keep myself planning, doing, and then reviewing this marketing campaign. And so whenever you find yourself in that, like in a moment where you feel like, hey, I should be doing a little extra with my marketing, which maybe is one time a year, maybe it's once a quarter, but whatever that cadence is for you, know that this tool exists here with all of these campaign templates that you can start from to start really, really quick, or you can build things from scratch. But as you're building out your own marketing campaigns, if you have any questions, find us here through the chat bubble. You can always message us, and as long as we're not sleeping, we will answer as quick as we can. But I hope you have fun with this tool. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. It's a really fantastic way to keep yourself organized and make sure that you're understanding the results of all of the marketing effort you're putting into your business.